Welcome to the righteous sphere. We separate the gray areas over here. We don't do the lying like those other places. No. We don't do no fucking lying over here. You're gonna get the truth.
Outcome is going to be if you hanging around millionaires every day. Now, what do you think the outcome is going to be? You hanging around criminals, you hanging around low-level people. And nothing against drug dealers and criminals, because these are some of my friends. If people calling me every day about new scams and new jugs and shit like that, then that's going to be my universe. That's going to be what's in my mind all the time. I don't want to hear that shit no more. I want to hear about legit shit. I want to hear about 7 figures, the legit way, how you got it out the mud. I'm switching my circle up, not changing my friends. I'm just switching the circle that I'm surrounded by. So I don't want to hear that low energy shit. I want to hear high energy, high level, high minded shit.
What do you say to people that say you turned your back on your culture or
exactly? Like 100%. I have turned my back on the idea of victimization mentality. We are locked up. We went from 1 and 4. We went from 1 and 4 to 1 and 3. But we always pointing at the white people, but yet we want to spend all of our money on foreigns. We want to spend all our money on luxury as opposed to going and buying some land. America is for sale, and there's a lot of barren land. Disney bought a lot of it in Florida, but the culture has you focused so much on fucking somebody bitch and pulling up in a foreign and rapping about things that could get you locked up and then saying you about prison reform. Like, it's, bro, we brainwashed out here, bro.
What's up, my guys? How y'all doing? Welcome to the studio where we learn how not to be a fool from some well-paid fools, guys. How y'all doing? So today, I ask that y'all tuck y'all feelings, tuck y'all emotions. I understand that a lot of y'all are highly invested in this distraction. A lot of y'all are highly invested in this distraction. You're showing your hate for light-skinned folks. You're showing your hate for Negroes. And a lot of you guys are way too invested. But today we come to talk about the facts. And the facts is Drake need to just reestablish what he gonna do next. And maybe he might want to leave this alone. let it wear off, you know what I mean? But today we coming to find out why Drake kind of losing a lot of clout. He losing a lot of support. The female stands, the females that supported him, they're now starting to leave him. You know what I mean? You lose that female support and you're done, son. Because the brothers want to hate you. The brothers want to hate you. They want to find any reason to hate you. Don't be the one getting all the coochie either. If you the man getting all the coochie, then you can forget about it. But when you start to lose the coochie support, it's over. So without any further ado, guys, we not here to pick no sides because I don't give a damn about neither one of them because they ain't fitting to help me escape poverty. But we finna tune in. We finna break this thing down. The fallen angel, guys. And this what happened when you walk around here with all that pride and ego. You know what I mean? All that pride and ego, you gonna get humbled soon. But let's get straight on into it, guys. Again, don't pick no side, guys. Don't pick no side. And don't be laughing.
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation, nor from the weakness that will cause us to stumble and fall. When you laugh at somebody else's fall, white or black, rich or poor, your enemy or your friend, You are laughing and opening a way for your own demise when you do that. Because to laugh and not learn, to make mockery and not to understand, is to make the same mistake yourself. Did you hear me?
Now Drake ain't help himself in this situation by no stretch of the imagination. And what I mean by that is if you go back into Drake catalog, it sounds very suspicious, guys. Let me do it for you, because I know y'all don't do no work and y'all don't do no research. And a couple of y'all want to root for a pedophile. Y'all don't see no wrong in pedophilia. But listen to this.
We about to get lit. Fill the room up with some teens. Wait. And my friends, yeah, I keep my friends on my mind. I'm in love with 2 girls at one time, and they 10. Hold on, Drake. What do you mean? Hey, pop that shit. Pop that shit. Baby, that pussy was so worth the wait. Drake, what do you mean by that? I understand. You got 100 bands. You got a baby band. You got some bad friends. High school pics. You was even bad then. Wait, nah. Yeah. And like guns with the ink in, getting under my skin. Pretty little young thing. Ooh, no. This shit feels like teenage fever. No, Drake, no. We could've waited. I wasn't rushing. Difference in ages. You're old enough, but you're still a baby. No. I'm standing at the top. That's how I know you never seen the top. Sierra Canyon parking lot, looking like Magic City parking lot. Nope, that's just wrong. What did I do to deserve you? Don't even know what I did. Been praying on this since a kid. No, Drake, no. I touched down in 86. Knew I was the man by the age of 6. I even fucked the girl I used to babysit. Wait, what?
Hey, yo, it's just not looking. Hold up, Drake.
This is a wreck. He's moving like an uncaged animal. No lie, he's wild in there.
Now, I don't give a fuck how good your music is. And yes, I agree. You got the better music. I can listen to you. But I am not condoning that, sir. I'm not condoning that.
He knows his opponent is completely helpless to resist the submission hold. He's in full-on attack mode now. Watch it!
Please, if you just now came in, guys, I am taking the side of the truth. I don't pick sides. I pick the truth. You feel me? So if you a Drake stan, this ain't gonna be the live for you, bro. This ain't gonna be the. I don't care about who gonna win or lose. I'm here for the right or the wrong. You know what I mean? And this boy wrong, bro. So whether he come back or not, he wrong. All right. So we not here to pick and choose. We here to get the information. We here for the information, the stuff we need to know before we go picking and choosing. Let's go, guys.
Now, with another week going by where Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us has only broke more records as it's reclaimed its spot as the #1 song in the world on the Billboard Hot 100 and also became the fastest rap song to ever surpass 500 million streams on Spotify. Drake has continued to stay on the hot seat as the anthem of the summer continues to dominate the world and beyond just the ever-looming presence of Kendrick Lamar and his dominance in this moment in time. I'm Drake.
And that's important that you say that one, Mike, and I'm running with that. I'm still in that. Because it's true. They say they not like us. Nah, it's the other way around. Because we not like them. Because we're going to get to that. We're going to get to the not like users. Because it's something very suspicious about the not like users. But we're going to let them have their day. And we're going to let them celebrate their mediocre win that they did not do. But the last time I checked, Kendrick Lamar get paid by the Jews the same way Drake get paid by the Jews. So let's not be no fool. It don't pay to be a dummy. But if you're a racist, just say that. If you a colorist, just say that. If you jealous because the man get all the BBL bunkie, just say that. But that's a whole nother live, guys. We here for Drake. We here for Drake. So we ain't going the Kendrick got his own demons, but we here for Drake today. But you're right. They not like us.
Drake's direct end of things. He is continuing to spiral out further and further, and while with the recent release of songs, features, and public appearances alike that have all left most people with the same impression, which is that Drake seriously needs to take 10 steps back and completely rethink the direction he is disastrously steering his career into. And despite this failure, making things as once valuable as the Drake stimulus package no longer being of any value, as the once most coveted thing in the entire music industry in the Drake feature can't even get decently popular and established names in the music industry anywhere on the charts. Although all signs are indicating that whatever Drake's doing is not working out whatsoever. From what we have seen, it only looks like Drake is going to be leaning into these strategies even further, as he is trying to find more obnoxious ways to shift the narrative around him, which when we look at just how he is trying to shift the tides of his career.
If you're a web designer, here are 4 Wix Studio features.
And brother, you not slick. You got beat with raps. So you not going to be able to Instagram your way out of this one, sir. If you don't rap back, you not gonna get a chance to win. You not gonna redeem yourself with Instagram memes and cryptic memes. No, sir. He whipped you with raps, bro. He made the nigga song. He made a song for niggas. That's all you need to do. You know what I mean? Yo, you need to remember Jeezy. Jeezy had them saying, my president black, my president black. Jeezy had them running around here really rocking that. My president black, that president ain't do nothing. You see how they president Biden running around with that. They not like us. Our president running around with 50. He talking about 50. He talking about many, man. It's funny, bro. It's pure entertainment out here, boy. Peep game.
It'll make you wonder where he is trying to make any of this go. And when we really start to see what this latest part of his plan that is currently unfolding is, it'll make you question not just what Drake is going to be trying to lift up from his sleeve next, but how consequential the effects could be if what he is teasing does not deliver to these expectations that he himself is trying to build up so high and high. So when it comes to these expectations that Drake seems to be setting, they took the cultural conversation over the other night, went on what seems to be his favorite way of communicating in this post-beef era of his career, which is of course Instagram. Drake made a cryptic post that said in the caption, "The pressure from being on top does more than just make your ears pop," which is once again showing Drake with this sense of achievement that nobody else besides him and his circle seem to recognize, as he is acting like he is this untouched artist when we all just know from what we have seen very recently that he is not, and he's actually way closer to being the laughing stock of the music industry right now than he is to being on top. But beyond just this, what makes this post even worth talking about beyond just scrolling and laughing is not this caption or the timing of it, but instead is the actual picture Drake posted, which features him repping a shirt that says, "Rap is a joke." And now initially, the reaction to this on social media was that Drake is now turning his back on hip-hop as a whole, and because
Nah, bruh. You a rapper, bro. Before that song came out, boy, you was the great. You wanted to be called the GOAT. Nah, you a rapper, boy. You a rapper, yo. You better rap. You a rapper. Yes, you is. Nope. Rap ain't no joke. You was dead serious about rap before that song. No, you a rapper, boy. You ain't running from this. No, sir.
Because of the beef, he is going to be a sore loser and act like rap does not matter to him anymore. Which, while I definitely think it was part of Drake's intentions to throw people off with this shirt and make them think this, to once again stir up this frantic sort of buzz about how he is moving after this beef. And of course, to just put his name back into the conversation. This shirt actually has a much deeper meaning, and I think it's hinting at the fact that despite what seems like Drake's career getting so messy to the point that he will never recover, he is on some level aware of this and is trying to do something to change it. But the question really is doing something like this even close enough to help yourself? And with this shirt, what it is a piece of merchandise from L Money and Frank Stack's group, which is called Rap is a Joke. And with these two names, what is interesting about them is that these two are battle rappers who border on being parodies of the genre in of itself with how comedic their lyrics are and with how they mock the general music industry. And these aren't just any battle rappers, but they're also from California as well. And with Drake leaning into this often overlooked scene of the hip-hop world in general, it seems like in his typical petty way, he is trying to once again begin to escalate tensions with Kendrick on some level. And in the greater sense, the entire West Coast who is backing him, by aligning with artists that do not get the attention that so much of the rest of the rap world does. But even if this is a smart move in a vacuum, and if Drake was going to try to rip the rug under and take over California's battle rap scene, as a tactical move, it actually could be pretty clever. At the end of the day, is debuting this move by wearing a shirt on Instagram the right way to go about it? Maybe if you were in some general internet drama, it could be. But as a major rapper in a space where everything of note should be settled with a pen, and with your skills as an artist, this is just another move from Drake that, as it stands in the moment, makes it look like his social media posts are better thought out and curated than any of the actual diss tracks and music as a whole that he has released recently. As with there being more layers to dissect here than on a track like The Heart Part 6, for example, it's just a horrible look. There is no other way around it. And now beyond just this post, which if anything is indicating that Drake is the most calculated IG post maker in hip-hop, I guess, another thing Drake has seemed to do is once again use one of his biggest cheerleaders in DJ Academics as a puppet. As After Act finally came out and criticized Drake, as he shockingly proclaimed that the Drake feature is no longer a valuable thing in the music industry. He came right back out not too long after, and was already beginning another trail of hyping up new music from Drake and saying that what he is about to come next with will be groundbreaking, which based on just the timing of this, and what we know in terms of Drake being in constant communication with Act, just seems a little strange and really feels like Act was told by Drake to start saying positive things about his music again so he can push the agenda that no matter what has happened, we should all be on board for what Drake is about to do next, as it is going to be special. And I think in this moment,
Man, that boy ain't finna do nothing. And DJ Academic can't help him. He can't roll him out. Yeah, I saw that post. DJ Academic talking about Drake about to do something special. Boy, better go sit down. We better let this just die out. Just let this phase out. Biden fitting to lose. You know what I mean? Summer gonna come and go. And then just come back out. You know what I mean? Come back out with a church album or something.
with this being the road that we're on, through cryptic social media posts and the agenda pushing of the easily deceivable major players in hip-hop media, Drake is trying to take all of this and allude to this major moment that he is going to try to be coming soon with. But the problem is right now, it's not that Drake couldn't necessarily produce a piece of music that can change everything and elevate his career into a place where he is once again invited back into any sort of serious conversations on some level. But it's the constant gaslighting and manipulation that has led most people into rightfully thinking that despite him trying to get the hip-hop world moving for his next big moment, he will just not actually deliver something that will be able to even come close to the bar of quality that he needs to reach, with the stakes being this high, because this has been the game all along for Drake. I mean, during this entire beef, Drake used social media and the attempted control of hip-hop media to do the work that his music could not on its own, and try to hype everything he was doing up as these moments that are so much bigger than any sort of expectations could ever live up to. And we especially saw this with a track like Family Matters, as everyone was waiting for Drake to deliver the red button that he kept teasing, and aside from the song not being anywhere near as career-ending as he hyped it up to be, otherwise the beef would have been over right then and there. It was of course then stomped by on a track in Meet the Grams that had no marketing or expectations and relied on the pure art of surprise and then the actual merit of its musical quality to back up the buzz it generated. And as a result of this organic way to promote the music, it ended up changing the tides of this feud in a way that Drake was never going to come back from. And that's the difference when it comes to where these two artists are at. Drake is using these cheap ploys and gimmicky tactics as a way to supplement for the lack of genuine quality in his music. And when these songs keep releasing, now they're all flopping because they are not just bad songs, but they are tracks that come with this perception now of having to be something greater than they ever could even aspire to be. And as people have realized this and opened their eyes up to this because of the beef, it has now really damaged the Drake brand. And while he may be thinking that he is accomplishing something by still making these posts that we almost have to decipher, when we spend more time reading into Instagram posts than we are reading into the actual music itself, at this point, unless Drake comes with some of his best material ever, it will simply never reach this goal, and he will only see more failure. And while I want to say that if Drake releases another song like anything he has this summer, it may just really be the end of this guy, I'm going to hold out some optimism and say that maybe I will be wrong, because if one good thing for Drake has happened recently, it is that during a recent performance at a club, none other than Lil Wayne finally revealed whose side he is truly on in this beef. During his performance of The Motto, he was chanting, "They don't like us, while flaunting his OVO chain. And despite Wayne having respect for Kendrick in the past, we can now see that he is riding with Team Drake, which really should have never been a surprise considering how close these two have been since the start of Drake's career, despite what Kendrick said about their relationship on Not Like Us. But now that we know that Drake still does have one of the best rappers on the planet in his corner, who knows? Maybe if Drake locked in with Wayne, it could lead him onto some sort of road to redemption, but at the same time, as Drake seems to be teasing more upcoming music that sounds a lot more like Honestly Nevermind 2, I don't think that this is actually going to happen. So with all that said, let me know. What do you think about what Drake is trying to pull off right now, and where do you think his career is going to go next as he is still trying to save his image? I can't wait to hear what you have to say, and if you want to see how Eminem just picked a side in the Kendrick and Drake beef as well, check out the suggested video.
We about to get lit. Fill the room up with some teens. Wait. And my friends, yeah, I keep my friends on my mind. I'm in love with 2 girls at one time, and they 10. Hold on, Drake. What do you mean? Hey, pop that shit. Pop that shit. Baby, that pussy was so worth the wait. Drake, what do you mean by that? I understand. You got 100 bands. You got a baby band. You got some bad friends. High school pics. You was even bad then. Wait, no. Yeah. And like guns with the ink in. Getting under my skin. Pretty little young thing. Ooh. This shit feels like teenage fever. No, Drake, no. We could've waited. I wasn't rushing. Difference in ages. You're old enough, but you're still a baby. No. I'm standing at the top. That's how I know you never seen the top. Sierra Canyon parking lot, looking like Magic City parking lot. Nope, that's just wrong. What did I do to deserve you? Don't even know what I did. Been praying on this since a kid. No, Drake, no. I touched down in 86. Knew I was the man by the age of 6. I even fucked the girl I used to babysit. Wait, what?
That last one is that last one is disturbing.
Hailey Bieber, Billie Eilish, Kylie Jenner, Bella Harris, Millie Bobby Brown. These women have all been, at one point in time, girls that Drake was close to when they were underage, some as young as 14. But these are only the celebrities. There are many documented cases of Drake engaging in eyebrow-raising behavior with other, less famous teenage girls. But this trend has not gone unnoticed. For years, there has been an almost unspoken suspicion that Drake may have a questionable preference. But it never progressed past what was, for a lack of a better term, bad vibes. That was until his recent rap beef with Kendrick Lamar, who blatantly...
Again, guys, y'all don't understand me. I picked the truth. So if you're a Drake fan, you might want to go. This is not going to be the video for you. Because to sit here and deny the truth is nasty, bro. You show us a bit of your mentality, and we don't condone that. All right, so if you're a Drake fan, you know what I mean, and you must attach him to your feelings and get all in your emotions, like how y'all be doing LeBron and these other athletes and rappers, you might want to go now, bro, now, because we tell the truth.
Accused Drake of having a particular interest in young girls, with one of the tracks accompanied by album art that would turn ordinary rap beef into something far more incriminating. The image in question ominously featured a mysterious assortment of items seeming to belong to Aubrey Drake Graham, one of which being a medication well known for its use in facilitating SA. But where did these items come from? Were they stolen? And what did it all mean? Then on May 10th, 2024, an anonymous account on Twitter posted a video of the items in their possession, along with a screenshot taken from the security footage of a hotel where they claimed Drake had disposed of these items. But why would Drake dispose of these items? Who were the people in the security footage? And what was Drake doing that night at a hotel featured in Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book?
We finna go deep, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, guys. We finna go deep. We finna go deep. No Diddy.
Kendrick Lamar and Aubrey Drake Graham. Two rappers who were once friendly collaborators
He always said he was appreciative of my music. I've always been a fan of his music.
have now become bitter rivals, determined to tear down each other's reputation at any cost.
It's crazy that this beef is affecting me this much. Like, I'm this invested.
But when it comes to the feud that's being called,
the biggest hip-hop beef since Nas and Jay-Z,
where did this war of words begin? Well, despite a few veiled callouts over the years, both rappers had always stopped just ahead of making things personal. And that meant the current beef wasn't instigated by either camp, but by a third party, J. Cole. Yep, the rap war took place in October 2023 when J. Cole was featured on the Drake song First Person Shooter, where he talked about himself, Drake, and Kendrick rapping, "Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot? Is it Aubrey? Or me? We the big three, like we started a league. But right now, I feel like Muhammad Ali." In March, Kendrick responded to J. Cole's assessment, rapping in the track Like That on Future and Metro Boomin's collaborative album We Don't Trust You, that there was no big three, just big me. The verse also more directly came for Drake, who compared his body of work to Michael Jackson's on First Person Shooter, with Kendrick rapping that Prince outlived Mike Jack, seemingly suggesting that his legacy will outlast Drake's, the same way Prince outlasted MJ. J. Cole was the first to acknowledge the dig, hitting back with the track 7-Minute Drill that critiqued Kendrick's latest album and suggested his rap peer had fallen off like The Simpsons, just days after Like That dropped. Yet, as if predicting events to come, J. Cole publicly withdrew himself from the feud on April 7th at the Dreamville Festival in North Carolina, where he told the crowd that he felt terrible over the past 2 days and almost relapsed after releasing the diss track.
That shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit disrupts my peace.
He proceeded to ask Kendrick for forgiveness and state that he was looking to find his way back on his true path. Drake, on the other hand, well, he wasn't about to back down from a challenge. Speaking of challenges, life lately has been a challenge for a lot of us, financially speaking. But we found a way you can relieve that stress, thanks to our sponsor for today's video, Free Cash. On the track, AI Tupac, an artist who is one of Kendrick's biggest inspirations, implied Kendrick had delayed his response to Drake in order to not interfere with Taylor Swift's release of the Tortured Poets Society. The AI voice, however, urged Kendrick to not waste any more time. He even provided tips for the rappers' restrictions on all their diss tracks to allow creators to make monetizable reaction videos. Their labels had since been cracking down with copyright claims, so will strictly be reading the lyrics. And so, on April 19th, the rapper responded to Like That with his own diss track, Push-Ups. The song came for Kendrick, along with his Like That collaborators Future and Metro Boomin, as Drake claimed he was the star these rappers depend on to make names for themselves. Specifically,
that was a fact, though. He did not lie. He used that for his ego. He stroked his ego with that, but that was not a lie. That was not a lie.
However, Drake used the track to list the many ways Kendrick did not measure up to him. Not in terms of success, not in terms of money, and as the song's cover art and lyrics made clear, at just 5'5", not in terms of stature either. How the F you big steppin' with a size 7 men's on? But more damagingly, Drake claimed that despite Kendrick's effort to never sell out,
all we ever wanted was to be the biggest underground artist of all time,
the only rapper to ever win a Pulitzer Prize had become a puppet to the mainstream. You better do that mother effing show inside the biddy. Maroon 5 need a verse, you better make it witty. Then we need a verse for the Swifties. And, as Drake repeatedly taunted throughout the song, half of the earnings for these releases allegedly went to Kendrick's former label, Top Dog Entertainment, led by Anthony Top Dog Tiffith. Top say drop. You better drop and give him 50. Drake went on to state that while this beef was uneven in terms of numbers, what the F is this, a 20v1? He wasn't worried about Kendrick, who had positioned himself as the prince to his Michael Jackson. What's a prince to a king? He is son. Nor was he concerned about the talent that his peer had enlisted to serve in this battle beside him, one of whom, Drake argued, shouldn't bother with rapping at all. Metro, shut up and make some drums. Then,
That was that arrogance, and that was that ego taking over, yo. That was that pride. You're not supposed to be walking around in pride, bro. You're not supposed to be walking around so prideful, bro.
At the end of the track's final verse, Drake left Kendrick with a warning. "This ain't even everything I know. Don't wake the demon up. Drop and give me 50. All you effing people teaming up." And with that, as far as listeners were concerned, the war had officially started. Yes, despite internet users being humored by the track's cover art and the digs, and even grateful for what the feud had already produced, as one user put it, "Thank you, Kendrick, for making Drake rap again." Many were already pleading for Kendrick to fight back. However, before Kendrick could respond, Drake released a second diss track that same day, and this time, the rapper's energy was directed squarely at his opponent. The track, titled Tailor Made Freestyle, was swiftly removed from Instagram after Tupac Shakur's estate threatened to sue. As for why the late rapper's family was against the diss track, well, it turned out Drake had featured Tupac on the song, or at least an AI version of his voice. On the track, AI Tupac, an artist who was one of Kendrick's biggest inspirations, implied Kendrick had delayed his response to Drake in order to not interfere with Taylor Swift's release of the Tortured Poets Society. The AI voice, however, urged Kendrick to not waste any more time. He even provided tips for the rapper's comeback, including playing on the rumors about Drake liking young girls and encouraging him to be authentic in his lyrics, rapping, "All that stuff about burning tattoos, he is not amused. That's jail talk for real thugs. You gotta be you." AI Snoop Dogg, a mentor for Kendrick, also joined in on the track, questioning, "World is watching this chess game, but are you out of moves?" Then, finally, Drake entered the chat. Drake used the last verse of the track to claim that Taylor had to approve Kendrick's songs before he released them, and referred to the rapper and his peers as corporate industry puppets. In the song's outro, Drake told Kendrick that he wouldn't be allowed to just wait until the beef died down, but had to follow through, stating, "I know you're in that New York apartment. You struggling right now. I know it. In the notepad doing lyrical gymnastics. You better have a mother effing quintuple entendre on that stuff." And on April 30th, it seemed Kendrick provided just that. See, the title of Kendrick's drop, Euphoria, potentially had layers of meaning. As fans pointed out, it could be referencing the HBO teen drama that had not only received flack for its overly suggestive portrayal of teenagers, but was also tied to Drake in more than one respect.
Damn, yo, that boy Kendrick killed them when it came to music, like rap. That's why Drake, you can't front on rap now. You can't say, "Oh, rap is a joke, bro." The boy killed you with symmetry, like symbolisms and shit. Like he went deep on you, boy. That boy been studied. That boy read. I tell y'all about messing with them boys that read, them quiet boys that read books. Y'all out here playing with these hoes. Y'all chasing the doo-doo. This boy read. Y'all crazy, bro. You ain't messing with nobody that read, boy.
Only is Drake an executive producer on the TV show Euphoria. That show has a theme of adults messing with young girls. Could be a reference to the rumors around Drake.
There was also the definition of euphoria displayed in the cover art to the track that could have been expressing that Kendrick was not fazed by the beef, but rather elated. Even the example sentence stood out to fans.
They had almost a week to recover from the Euphoria of Tuesday series winning victory. Kendrick dropped this song on a Tuesday, and he's basically saying that he's already won round one. Bro literally got murked with one word.
But what about the actual song? Well, the first line wasn't exactly a slam dunk.
Woo, she my man, significant.
Or at least, not until it was reversed.
Everything they say about me is true.
The audio originally came from The Wiz, a 1978 all-black version of The Wizard of Oz. The full line delivered in the film by Richard Pryor, who played the titular role in the film, was, "Everything they say about me is true. I'm a phony." If fans were correct, Kendrick was using the audio to call Drake a fraud. But what was so inauthentic about his opponent? Well, perhaps this had to do with Drake's good guy persona. After all, according to what the rapper's ex-lover Shay G said in 2014, she realized this was a facade after posting an Instagram story of the items he bought her, which led to a confrontational text.
He put this image out that he's this guy that I respect women and I this and I that, but really you're not. You're disrespectful and you threaten chicks, and that's the real issue.
Are you tired of your YouTube?
Now we know not to believe no bird. We know a disrespect from a bird means, all that means is that you told her no. All that means is that you set boundaries. So we know not to listen to a bird. But she will share some insight on his cockiness, on his arrogance. But these women mess with these guys because of what they do for them, not what they fitting do to them. So remember that. Don't take a bird word for nothing, guys. Ever. Nope. We don't believe you.
Way to make.
Here, he texted me saying, you run up the wrong tree, it falls on you. I got you, run up, is what he texted me.
Falls on you. That sounds like a poem.
And while the message wasn't immediately threatening, that became a concern to her after she heard a story from another woman.
Where it became an issue is when he had another young lady that he was hanging out with. He had people come to her house.
Or perhaps Kendrick was referring to Drake's alleged lies. See, in Push-Ups, Drake had rapped a line that on the surface appeared to be a metaphor relating the security presence his level of fame necessitated with the Whitney Houston movie The Bodyguard. I'd be with some bodyguards like Whitney. However, some believe the rapper may have been alluding to infidelity from Kendrick's partner, Whitney Alford, and it seemed Kendrick had come to the same conclusion as he denied the claim, rapping, "Fabricating stories on the family front cause you heard Mr. Morale. A pathetic master manipulator, I can smell the tails on you now. You're not a rap artist, you a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted." However, according to Kendrick, Drake wasn't as calculated as he thought. In fact, Kendrick claimed he could predict his angle, and if this was heading where Kendrick thought it was, he suggested that Drake stop while he was ahead. No, you a master manipulator.
He want them. He want them. He want them. That part right there. He want them. He want them, yo. You can't feel sorry for Drake, bro. You cannot feel sorry for Drake, bro. I feel sorry for the dudes that's not building anything, so they're going to attach they self to this man's victory, to Kendrick Lamar's victory. But that's not your victory, sir. You still wake up and you still stuck with all of that from your choices and your decisions. So that's not your victory, sir. But in any event, that was that you should have stopped right there, Drake.
Later and a habitual liar too. But don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you. Kendrick also used the track to question the authenticity of his opponent's street credit. After all, Drake had appeared in an anti-firearm violence campaign for his home city of Toronto.
Remember the friends I've lost as great teachers, and I apologize if I ever used their teachings in vain,
Yet,
see, you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most. This nigga was chilling with Officer Ricky. He was good old friends with Officer Ricky. So this don't surprise me. Don't let this surprise you. Remember, hit that like button, because we study these stars to tell you how these fake boys moving. These fakers is moving. These pookies is moving. If you study these stars, you'll know how your average pookie is moving. Remember, you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around, so this don't surprise me.
the rapper had used that same violence he preached against in his lyrics. And this brings us to the powerful emotion that's at the center of the feud for Kendrick. This ain't been about critics, not about gimmicks, not about who the greatest. It's always been about love and hate. Now, let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct. We hate the women you sleep with because they confuse themselves with real women. And notice I said we. It's not just me. I'm what the culture feeling.
That was it. That part right there. That part right there is when I say, yo, hey, this boy won. This boy won. But let's see how our black people show their true colors. But this boy won. That line right there. Because then he went out there and made a song that the culture is feeling. So it's over. It's over.
Kendrick went on to suggest that Drake, who was half black and half Jewish, was uncomfortable with his identity and used black artists as props in his work to combat this. However, according to Kendrick, this alleged appropriation of Black American culture hasn't worked, as he still felt uncomfortable when Drake used the N-word. The track went on to play on a rumor popularized by media personality Joe Budden, that Drake had his stomach sculpted. Let your core audience stomach that. Didn't tell him where you got your abs from. Speculate on the rapper's sexuality. When I see you stand by Sexy Red, I believe you see two baddies. I believe you don't like women. It's real competition. You might pop booty with them. And claims Drake filed a cease and desist on the Like That.
Those are bars right there, bro. Those are bars. I like this song better than I like the nigga song. I like this song better than I like the Negro song, bro. Word.
Try cease and desist on the Like That record? What? You wait like that record? Then, similarly to Push-Ups, the track then ended with a warning. Whoever that's effing with them, F you people and F the industry too. If you take it there, I'm taking it further. Psst. That's something you don't want to do. Despite some...
Ooh, that boy bad. That's my type vibe. That's my type vibe. This is his best song. This song done. He ain't even need to do that other song. This song was it.
Backlash following Kendrick going after Drake's racial identity.
I really hate that I'm defending Drake right now, but I gotta call a thing a thing. K-Dot, baby, your wife is just as whitewashed as Drake is.
The online consensus was that J. Cole was likely pleased he bowed out early.
Yup. I made the right decision.
Considering Kendrick had cooked Drake with bars internet users were still trying to wrap their heads around.
He said, headshot for the year, you better walk around like Daft Punk with a helmet on, because we're going for the head.
But despite Kendrick's warning not to retaliate, that was further emphasized by rapper Rick Ross.
Look, white boy, I know we not friends, but let me give you this advice, because you ain't got nobody around you. Or you ain't got no real around you. Let me just put it like that. Ain't no real. Stop. Don't respond.
Drake seemed unfazed by the diss, even joking on Instagram that part of Kendrick's track sounded a little familiar.
I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way...
See, this is cute to the women, bro. But when you're in a rap battle, this ain't cute. All this Instagram trolling, it's not gonna work. Trolling not gonna work when a man giving you the work, bro.
You read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick.
Kendrick, however, wasn't finished.
Here's the big secret about women. We want you to flirt with us. We even want you to get sexual.
And on May 3rd, the rapper dropped his second diss track, 616 in LA. Again, the title of the track could be attributed to multiple different meanings. Was Kendrick referencing Father's Day and taking a jab?
And this is rap music, bro. This is rap music. When you gotta have a nigga think, when you diss a nigga and now he gotta think of how you diss them, that's rap. I don't know what y'all used to, but that is rap. That's old school hip hop music. Bro, this is nasty work. That was nasty work.
That Drake's childhood with an absent father figure? Was he suggesting Drake wasn't present in his own son's life? Did the cover art that displayed a Maybach glove suggest Kendrick was referencing OJ's ex, Nicole Brown's funeral? Was it a reference to Corinthians 6:16 that states, "He who unites himself with an adult worker is one with her in body"?
That's it. That's it right there. I guarantee you, that's it right there. We're gonna play that back. That's it. You know me. I'm Bible. I'm about that Bible. That boy Kendrick killed this, yo. and I never listened to Kendrick other than that Poetic Justice joint. You know what I mean? I didn't really care about him. Like I know him. I don't indulge myself in distractions, bro. I don't watch the NBA. You know what I mean? I hear of LeBron, know of LeBron. I like LeBron. I know he gonna play with his son next year, right? Is it next year? I know that he gonna play with his son. But that's like my level of, I do not get distracted. So that's why I'm A100 when it comes to the truth. But whew, that boy nasty work. That boy Kendrick. Good job, Kendrick Lamar. Whew, good job. Whoa.
And on May 3rd, the rapper dropped his second diss track, 616 in LA. Again, the title of the track could be attributed to multiple different meanings. Was Kendrick referencing Father's Day and taking a jab at Drake's childhood with an absent father figure? Was he suggesting Drake wasn't present in his own son's life? Did the cover art that displayed a Maybach glove suggest Kendrick was referencing OJ's ex, Nicole Brown's funeral? Was it a reference to Corinthians 6:16 that states, "He who unites himself with an adult worker is one with her in body"? Was it simply a tribute to Tupac's birthday? Or was one of the other dozens of theories circulating the internet correct?
There's one that everyone keeps missing, and it's the very obvious One Piece reference, the anniversary for revenge.
In the song, Kendrick took aim at Drake along with his record label OVO, a group that Kendrick hinted contained at least one mole. Are you finally ready to play Have You Ever? Let's see. Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? Fake bully, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. Yep. In another devastating blow for Drake fans, Kendrick implied that he had someone within Drake's camp that was feeding him information.
Yo, Kendrick, you gotta stop. This bullying, bro. You bullying at this point. You gotta stop.
And true or not, it was enough to fuel suspicion.
The point that's clear here is Kendrick Lamar is trying to unsettle the crown that lies on top of Drake's head. We all know kings are paranoid. In order to get there, you gotta step on people on your way up. Kendrick Lamar is saying that there are cracks in the operation.
Playing off of Drake's tailor-made diss, 616 in LA was co-produced by Taylor Swift's producer, Jack Antonoff. But that wasn't all.
Dennis Graham is Drake's dad, and for those that don't know, a lot of Drake's family is involved in music. His uncle, Willie Mitchell, is a renowned Memphis music producer.
Yeah, I do know rap is full of nepotism, right? You ain't getting in there, yeah. You know what I mean? You ain't getting in there unless I ain't gonna go there. But you ain't. It's nepotism, guys. You better be homeless or you better be rich already. Period. God damn. All right, give me 1 second, y'all. Y'all saw what happened just there. I just fucked that whole thing up right there.
The uncle.
Drake released his next diss that same day, titled Family Matter.
And it's the very obvious One Piece reference, the anniversary for revenge.
In the song, Kendrick took aim at Drake along with his record label OVO, a group that Kendrick hinted contained at least one mole. Are you finally ready to play Have You Ever? Let's see. Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? Fake bully, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. Yep. In another devastating blow for Drake fans, Kendrick implied that he had someone within Drake's camp that was feeding him information.
Yo, Kendrick, you gotta stop. This bullying, bro. You bullying at this point. You gotta stop.
And true or not, it was enough to fuel suspicion.
The point that's clear here is Kendrick Lamar is trying to unsettle the crown that lies on top of Drake's head. We all know kings are paranoid. In order to get there, you gotta step on people on your way up. Kendrick Lamar is saying that there are cracks in the operation.
Playing off of Drake's Tailor-Made diss, 616 in LA was co-produced by Taylor Swift's producer, Jack Antonoff. But that wasn't all.
Dennis Graham is Drake's dad, and for those that don't know, a lot of Drake's family is involved in music. His uncle, Willie Mitchell, is a renowned Memphis music producer. 16 samples What a Wonderful Thing Love Is by Al Green. Bro, it's produced by Drake's uncle.
I mean, it's obvious, guys. Look how he got into the game. He got into the game through being a movie actor, being an actor. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's nepotism, guys. Look the word up. Look what nepotism. Look up the word nepotism, and you understand. This shit is like it's like a pool. It's like the education bubble. It's like the child support bubble. This hip hop shit, this Hollywood shit is a bubble, bro. And they get you to buy in. The only people making money in this is the producers, the people that own studios. As far as the artists, if you notice, you gotta always pay to do something. You gotta pay to do this. You gotta enter this. You gotta pay. The artists gotta pay, and only a few artists make it. That's crazy. But I'm not here to discourage you. I'm here to tell the truth. Some of you need to stop, pivot, and put your interest into something else.
Cool.
Drake released his next diss that same day, titled Family Matters. The track used melodies from Buried Alive Interlude, a song Drake and Kendrick collaborated on for Drake's second studio album, Take Care. As for the lyrics, well, according to Drake, J. Cole was the only one who was losing sleep over Kendrick. The rapper then went on to suggest that without paperwork, everything Kendrick said about him was baseless. And while his peer might critique his work as shallow, Drake suggested Kendrick's work was overly self-serious, stating on the track, "Always rapping like you about to get the slaves freed. You just acting like an activist. It's make-believe." Then, responding to Kendrick's critique of the women he hooked up as not real women. While this could allude to allegations of Drake's friendships and relationships with young celebrities, which we will discuss in further detail later, Drake seemed to have taken this as a diss to the type of women he's been involved with or interested in, which included Instagram models and adult entertainers. Drake said that he was openly attracted to all kinds of women, from black and white and everything that's in between, which the rapper added was more than Kendrick could say. Instead, he implied that Kendrick might be the one who was self-conscious about his own dating history that allegedly included Caucasian women and his partner who was mixed. And, according to Drake, skin tone was also possibly why Kendrick never posts his son on social media, as he rapped.
Now hold on, that was a fact. And y'all better show out when we roast Kendrick. Y'all better show out when we roast Kendrick, because he got a lot of unanswered questions too.
You never hold your son and tell him say cheese. We could have left the kids out of this. Don't blame me. Later on in the track, the rapper added, "Our son should go play at the park. 2 light-skinned kids, that stuff would be cute. Unless you don't want to be seen with anyone that isn't blacker than you." And this wasn't the only way Drake believed Kendrick was a hypocrite. The rapper used the track to suggest his opponent wasn't the good guy he portrayed himself as, but a dog who has been unfaithful to his wife, something Kendrick admitted to on his last album. However, according to Drake, Kendrick's partner, Whitney, returned the favor by not only cheating, but allegedly cheating with Dave Free, Kendrick's childhood best friend, his general manager, and the co-founder of his label, PG Lang. Drake even teased that one of Kendrick and Whitney's children may have been a result of cheating, alleging, "I heard that one of them little kids might be Dave Free." On the track, Drake also mocked Kendrick's reputation as a critic's darling, rapping, "Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now." He also took a jab at Kendrick's trans uncle, which Kendrick revealed in his song Auntie Diaries, by implying his uncle is more of a man than Kendrick in the line, "Where's your uncle at? 'Cause I want to talk to the man of the house." And denied Kendrick's cease and desist claim about Like That,
by instead claiming that Kendrick was the one that was trying to censor his material by contacting Tupac's estate. The biggest allegation in the song, however, was notably darker than any of these digs. It came in the middle of the third verse, where Drake rapped, "When you put your hands on your girl, is it self-defense because she bigger than you?" Yes, according to Drake, Kendrick allegedly committed DV and was now living in New York away from his family and living a bachelor lifestyle. The song ended on the lines, "There's nowhere to hide, there's nowhere to hide, you know what I mean. They hired a crisis management team to clean up the fact that you laid hands on your queen. The picture you painted ain't what it seemed. You're dead." In the music video Drake created for the song, this is when Drake is captured meeting with alleged Hells Angels member Andre Kernu, a connection that perhaps added weight to his threat. Online, the reaction to the track was mixed. Some thought that Drake's assessment of Kendrick's relationship with race was unwarranted.
Not only is Drake mocking slavery yet again, but he's also kind of throwing these jabs that just feel like really insecure digs at Black culture.
It ain't got shit to do with Black culture, so you shut your ass up. This is man code, straight up. Bro, why you dry snitching, bro? What part of that make you a man, Drake? It ain't got shit to do with color, bro. On this note, real recognize real, right? Fake recognize real and get on. So real recognize real. Drake, why you snitching right now, bro? That's some real bullshit. That's all.
In particular, like the blacker the berry, sweeter the juice line, the gin and juice line, he's like clearly has an issue with Kendrick being so wholly from Compton. I think he goes in like that truly because he's just jealous. Like I really think that's what it is.
Which bro is glazing Drake? Which bro is glazing Drake, bro? Huh? Which bro is grazing Drake? Let me know. Because we calling it straight down the middle right here. This the realest channel you ever heard. So which person? The dude right there, that dude, that German right there, which one? You must be a victim. That's what it is. You a victim. Say that. If you a victim, say that, my guy. Because I've been straight down the middle tonight, bro. I'm not a fan of both. I'm not a fan of neither, my guy.
And his overuse of a certain word after Kendrick called him out for it made some listeners uncomfortable.
When Drake responded to Kendrick with Family Matters, and the first word was ninja, I'm da-da-da-da-da, and he repeatedly said ninja the most times like he has ever said in a song ever in life.
And you shut up. You shut up. It don't matter how many times you say the word nigga. How many niggas did you bring down to the child support court? How many niggas have you brought to white supremacy yourself, man? That's what you need to worry about. You victims make me so sick, bro. Don't talk to me if you're a victim. You can't talk to me if you're a victim. All right? You can't talk to me if you're a victim.
It hit me that, wow, this man weaponized the N-word to offend another Black person. To say pretty much, I can say it. And
how many times did Tupac say the word nigga, ma'am? And y'all love him, right? Y'all sit there and, oh, rest in peace, Tupac. How many times did he say the word nigga? How many times did he say the word bitch? Huh? Like, let's make it make sense, man. Let's make it make sense. That's what I'm about. I'm about it making sense. If it don't make sense, it don't make dollars, man. Sit down.
And it hit me like Black people don't do that.
Others, however, thought Drake made some valid points about Kendrick's alleged hypocrisy.
I'm being completely objective here. If anybody is calling this, you're completely biased. Let's not lie here. He was talking about how Kendrick is a fake activist, how he talked about mixed people, but his wife is mixed. He was talking about how Kendrick be calling him a bad dad when Kendrick is barely in the picture for his son too. I don't even know what to say at this point. They both going crazy.
But despite the mixed opinions over Family Matters, the track made one thing clear: the gloves were off. As some people have put it, this Kendrick response gonna be unhinged, LMFAO. Okay, this is starting to get nasty. Buckle up. At the point of no return. But what was Kendrick going to come back with? Well, one Reddit user had a prediction. Kendrick is about to call this man a criminal, LOL. Then, just 45 minutes after Drake released Family Matters, Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams. And even from the cover art, it was clear things were about to get personal. See, while the Maybach glove and the cover of 616 in LA initially appeared to be an OJ reference, the cover for Kendrick's latest track was an extension of that.
But then we get this as the cover art for Meet the Grams, and it's the full picture.
The cover art for Meet the Grams contained the glove as well as a dress shirt from the attic, receipts, and...
Again, guys, this is hip hop. When you strategically breaking down dudes with symmetry and you using symbolism, that artwork is equally is as equal as the lyrics, as equal as hip hop. You know what I mean? As the rap, because artwork is a form of hip hop, guys. So this right here was crazy.
Prescriptions made out to Drake, adding further to the suspicion that there was a rat in the rapper's midst.
This picture alone is some horror movie level psychological torment. Kendrick said to Drake, "Hey buddy, just want to let you know that there are people around you that don't even like you, and they're just there for a check. In fact, people in your closest circle are willing to flip on you. And on top of that..."
Remember, you are the sum. Exactly, graffiti is definitely it's up there. You are the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most. If you don't feed the wolves, they will eat on you. They will start to feast on you, bro. And sometimes it don't even matter how much you feed the wolves. If you got the wrong wolf around you, they still are gonna eat on you, bro. So that's why you always want to check your circle.
I've got people in OVO.
One of the medications was Ozempic, a treatment used for type 2 diabetes that's been co-opted by Hollywood as a weight loss medication. The other medication was Zolpidem. Drake previously mentioned using a similar medication to treat his insomnia, rapping in his 2023 song Evil Ways. Zopiclone, baby, I can't rest without the sleeping aids. But while some came to that conclusion at first,
initially I thought, okay, he put this here to really push on this idea that Drake is paranoid, he can't sleep.
Some pointed out the medication had other, more nefarious uses.
But it is also incredibly well known for being used to Bill Cosby people.
Yet there were some who suggested the contents of the picture weren't individually meaningful. It was simply the fact that Kendrick had the items that gave the cover art its message. As one Reddit user wrote, "I think it's just Kendrick showing Drake he has genuine info from his people. That picture is probably something Drake sent someone personally. Basically something Kendrick or the public shouldn't have seen." However, when it came to the song itself, the first 3 verses weren't directed to Drake at all. The first verse was an apology to Drake's son, Adonis, on his father's behalf. "Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man. Your dad is not responsive. I look at him and wish your grandpa would have wore protection. I'm sorry that you gotta grow up and then stand behind him." The rapper...
Salute to you, yes. Mustang, salute to you, yo. You're salute to you.
Then extended a few words of wisdom to the child that might not be imparted through his father's behavior, such as to never enlist the services of adult workers, to not code switch, and to not take shortcuts in life. Even if it don't benefit your goals, do some push-ups, get some discipline, don't cut them corners like your daddy did. F what Ozempic did. The second verse was directed to Drake's parents, in which Kendrick claimed their son was a sick man with sick thoughts and compared him to Harvey Weinstein. a man who's been convicted of SA among many other things. He alleged Drake has perverse interests when it comes to being intimate with black women, likely alluding to Drake's SA case. See, back in 2019, Drake paid $350,000 to an exotic dancer named Layla Lace, who claimed the rapper forced her to perform an intimate act during his Boy Meets World tour in 2017 that required her to spit into a cup and then measure it. Kendrick believed the company Drake kept should also concern his parents, rapping, "He got SOs on OVO that he keep on a monthly allowance. A child should never be compromised and he keeping his child around them." The rapper was likely referring to Baka Not Nice, the former OVO security guard who pleaded guilty to physically mistreating a woman in 2015. He was also charged with trafficking and using women for adult work. However, these charges were dropped when the alleged victim refused to testify. Or perhaps Kendrick was alluding to something that was operating on a wider scale. I've been in this industry 12 years. I'ma tell y'all one little secret. It's some weird stuff going on, and some of these artists be here to police it. They be streamlining victims all inside of their home and calling them Tinder, then leak videos of themselves to further push their agendas.
For agreeing to do this interview. I know it's a really tough time for you right now, but we really appreciate your time.
Let's do it.
Now, Puff, P. Diddy, how do you want me to refer to you?
You can call me Love.
Okay, let's address the elephant in the room, all the allegations. Are you attracted to men or women?
It depends on my mood, my vibe.
Is it true that you've had sexual relations with Meek Mill?
I can't tell you that.
To any woman that be playing his music, know that you're playing his sister. Or better, you're selling your niece to the weirdos, not the good ones. Yes, Kendrick had implied that Drake and others in the music industry were allegedly running a trafficking ring, and that they allegedly had an interest in underage girls. This, however, wasn't the first time that Drake had been accused of possessing a perverse interest in young women. In fact, Drake's behavior had long struck certain internet users as suspect. Whether it was learning a fan he was dancing with at a Denver show was underage in 2010.
Not only you.
And proceeding.
I ain't gonna hold y'all, right? Now I'm gonna be honest. You know, like I always be honest with y'all. I was rooting for Drake. I was going for Drake. Because I'm not a hater. I don't care if you're light skinned, dark skinned. If you could rap, you could rap. If you could put a song together, you could put a song together. If I could bop to you, and if you make the woman feel away, and you can get them to dance, and they could come and dance on me, I'm fucking with you. But when I saw this, it was over.
To behave inappropriately.
Why do you look like that? You big. Well, listen, 17. I had fun. I don't know if I should feel guilty or not, but I had fun.
You don't know if you should feel guilty or not? What?
Today, I'm going to show you the $1 billion double.
That's crazy. That part right there was crazy to me. You don't know if you should feel guilty or not, sir? What's wrong with you? You lucky we at the studio, cause you lucky we at the studio, bro.
Or his friendships with young women in the industry, like befriending Billie Eilish when she was 17 years old.
Drake is like the nicest dude I've ever spoken to. I mean, I've only texted him, but he's so nice.
Or Lil Cece, who was one of the many young girls Drake allegedly started following as a teenager when she was just 15 to 16 years old.
Really, the only artist I reached out to was Drake. I never met him, never spoke to him. I don't know why he's been following me for the past 6 years. I don't know why, but
I'm sure we all can figure out.
Many feared the worst of the rapper's intentions, and while none of these women accused Drake of crossing a boundary, according to Drake's alleged dating history, he had a pattern of pursuing women he first became acquainted with as teenagers, like Bella Harris, Kylie Jenner, and Hailey Bieber. Yes.
All right, child, we're gonna do this like this. So if you team Kendrick, hit the like button. You should have no problem hitting the like button. All right, if you team Kendrick, hit the like button. And if you team Drake, just wait a minute. All right? hit the like button because I'm going to do a video like this on Kendrick. All right? Don't worry about it. This video not going to be to your liking, and you still here. So the fact that you still here, you know what I mean? Hit the like button. I hit the like button. Let's get this in the algo.
There are photos of Drake and Bella Harris that date back to 2016, when she was 16 years old and he was 29 years old. During Rihanna's 2016 Anti-World Tour, Drake laid his head on Bella's shoulder. She captioned the post, "Too good, heart." During Drake and Future's 2016 Summer 16 tour, Drake held Bella's waist. She captioned the post, "Last night with this legend, #Revenge Tour." During the 2016 AMAs, the two posed for a photo, which Bella captioned, "Congrats tonight, Drake." Interestingly, when
And don't be in here with the perv eyeball on. Don't be in here with the old man perv eyeball on. Be in here with the thinking cap that this is your daughter, dummy. Be in here with the thinking cap that this is your 16-year-old daughter, dummy. You feel me? You dig? You understand? Know what I'm talking about?
Bella turned 17 years old, she modeled in Drake's brand OVO, in a bathing suit to be precise. The following year, when Bella turned 18 years old, she posted a photo with her arm around Drake, captioned, "No place I'd rather be, heart." That same year, Drake was allegedly spotted taking Bella on a private dinner date where he supposedly waited for the restaurant to clear out before dining in. As for Kylie Jenner, back in 2013, then 26-year-old Drake performed at Kylie's Sweet 16 birthday party, placing a gold chain on her and gave her a kiss on the cheek. 5 years later, in 2018, rap artist Future teased an unreleased version of his song 20 Hoes, featuring Drake, where both artists used Kylie's name as a new term for a side piece. The following year, in 2019, when Kylie was 22 years old, she was allegedly hanging out with Drake romantically after splitting up with Travis Scott. And finally, Hailey Baldwin, now Bieber. In 2016, the same year Drake befriended 16-year-old Bella Harris, he was also seen getting friendly with 19-year-old Hailey. The duo reportedly had dinner together before clubbing into the early hours together, to which they left the club at the exact same time in separate vehicles. That weekend, they were reportedly seen getting cozy and allegedly hooked up at Drake's Memorial Day party. Alleged sources at the party claim the two were an item. And while Hailey seemingly denied the rumors by revealing at the iHeartRadio Much Music Video Awards that Drake is just a great friend, she also mentioned something interesting, that she's known Drake for a long time. It turns out when Hailey was 16 years old, she was also present at Kylie's Sweet 16 party where Drake was invited, possibly where they met. So, although it's possible nothing illegal happened, at the very least there would have been a substantial power imbalance in these relationships, since the
We about to get lit. Fill the room up with some teens. Wait. And my friends, yeah, I keep my friends on my mind. I'm in love with two girls at one time and they 10. Hold on, Drake, what do you mean? Hey, pop that shit. Baby, that pussy was so worth the wait. Drake, what do you mean by that? I understand. You got 100 bands, you got a baby band, you got some bad friends. High school pics, you was even bad then. Wait, nah. Yeah. And like guns with the ink in, getting under my skin. Pretty little young thing. Ooh, no. This shit feels like teenage fever. No, Drake, no. We could've waited. I wasn't rushing. Difference in ages. You're old enough, but you're still a baby. No. I'm standing at the top. That's how I know you never seen the top. Sierra Canyon parking lot looking like Magic City parking lot. Nope, that's just wrong. What did I do to deserve you? Don't even know what I did. Been praying on this since a kid. No, Drake, no. I touched down in 86. Knew I was the man by the age of 6. I even fucked the girl I used to babysit. Wait, what?
The brain doesn't fully develop until the age of 25, meaning teenagers are more prone to making decisions without understanding the consequences. It's also possible information is still under wraps, as teen internet personality Aya Tanjali recently alluded to.
Would you let Drake like you?
That'll be something I can't confess. I mean, not confess, something I can't talk about. Because that'll be in the
Nah, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Ma'am, you said it. You said it out your own mouth, ma'am. You said it, ma'am. Yes, you did.
Got him! Got him!
You said it, man. You said it. We can't unsee that.
the court.
You're a victim?
Doesn't fully develop until the age of 25, meaning teenagers are more prone to making decisions without understanding the consequences. It's also possible information is still under wraps, as teen internet personality Aya Tanjali recently alluded to.
Would you let Drake like you?
That'll be something I can't confess. I mean, not confess, something I can't talk about. Because that'll be in the court.
You're a victim?
No. Of course not.
Why you said it'll be in the court?
Now, I'm glad she said she not. Of course not. She said, of course not. You heard her. You heard her. I heard her. Y'all heard her. I'm glad she know that. She's not a victim.
Because that'll be something
Oh, you can't speak about it right now?
that I can't speak about. Yeah.
As for the trafficking allegation, well,
You right.
Kendrick may have been
You right.
referring to the notorious parties Drake hosts that women are allegedly scouted to attend. Internet users who allegedly attended these gatherings have claimed they could easily become sketchy, and one person claimed the environment had allowed Drake to allegedly hook up with their 17-year-old friend and take her virginity. One TikTok user alleged she and a friend were offered a mystery liquid by crew members before one of Drake's parties in Perth, Australia.
And thank God I did, because I swear to God, one of the girls we were talking to was dead sober. She took one of the cups, was drinking it, and I swear she hadn't even finished it.
And we know that's true. Because the woo, what's her name? Woo girl, the woo baby girl. She told it. She told it all. She said they invite you to the party, then they take your phone, then all of the drinks is free, and then in the drinks is some shit. You do some old crazy joint, and they record everything. That's why Diddy got rid of them tapes. Man, we don't even know what the feds got just yet. We don't even know what the feds is just sitting on right now. Can you imagine how much dollars been paid by these celebs to keep their name out of Diddy's troubles? Do you know how much dollars been paid to the Fed, to the United States government for these celebrities to keep these celebrities is on them tapes? Let me not laugh. Let's learn. Because if we laugh, you know what I mean?
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation, nor from the weakness that will cause us to stumble and fall. When you laugh at somebody else's fall, white or black, rich or poor, your enemy or your friend, you are laughing and opening a way for your own demise when you do that. Because to laugh and not learn, to make mockery and not to understand, is to make the same mistake yourself. Did you hear me?
And she was like swaying.
The TikTok user claimed that Drake arrived at the party late and then left with a girl. And while she pointed out that these circumstances weren't unusual for a celebrity, the party was shady considering IDs were allegedly never checked.
For girls to get picked out of crowds, I do think it is a little problematic that no one checked an ID.
Or perhaps Kendrick had been referring to a larger operation. One social media user accused Drake of having ties to trafficking circles in Toronto. They, however, did not go into details about his involvement. On TikTok, another woman claimed she was offered a modeling and acting opportunity in Vancouver, BC, only to be allegedly trafficked to a group of wannabe rappers from Toronto that claimed to know Drake.
They would entice us usually that if we were on our best behavior, that maybe then we'd get to be in a Drake music video.
At one point, she said the rappers allegedly had the girls line up and began saying what girls would go with OVO and what girls would go on Epstein's Lolita Express.
Goddamn. And they sat there and lined up. They lined up, boy.
Some viewers, however, were dubious that they would have referred to Jeffrey Epstein's plane by that name, and others pointed out that just as the traffickers had lied about modeling and acting gigs to rope the girls into the industry, they could have also been lying about their affiliation with Drake. Still, some Reddit users have accused entrepreneur Jay Mulan, the owner of Area 29, the Houston adult entertainment club that Drake frequents, DJ Eric, and music executive James Prince of allegedly trafficking women for Drake. However, the allegations on Meet the Grams didn't stop at his criminal behavior. See, the third verse of the track was dedicated to someone the public wasn't familiar with, Drake's daughter. That's right. According to Kendrick, Drake had a secret child. Dear baby girl, I'm sorry that your father not active inside your world. He don't commit to much but his music, yeah, that's for sure. He a narcissist, misogynist living inside his songs. Try to destroy families rather than taking care of his own. Drake, however, denied this claim on Instagram, writing, "Nah, hold on. Can someone find my hidden daughter, please, and send her to me? These guys are in shambles." As for the fourth verse of the track, well, that was dedicated entirely to Aubrey. In the verse, Kendrick told Drake he made things personal when he mentioned his family. He theorized Drake's troubled home life led to a gambling addiction and a dependence on alcohol, illegal substances, and spending, mainly in regards to soliciting women. Kendrick claimed Drake lied about his religion, his procedures, his use of ghostwriters, his kids, and most detrimentally of all, about Kendrick. You lied about the only artist that can offer you some help. Fuck a rap battle. This a long life battle with yourself. Again, the reaction to the track was mainly positive. However, not everyone was convinced that Kendrick was as morally superior to Drake as he positioned himself to be on the track.
I'm saying this as a Kendrick Lamar fan and someone who's been a certified Drake hater for years, but it feels as if Kendrick Lamar has primed his fan base to be blindingly trustworthy in his moral high ground.
Yes, according to TikToker Christian Divine, the only allegation Kendrick levied against his opponent that, if true, made a difference was trafficking. Everything else, from Drake's drinking and gambling problem to his Playboy antics, were traits the rapper had already owned.
That's what every Drake album is about. This is who he is and is not pretending to be anything else.
And that meant this was all in keeping with Drake's rap persona.
Now that part is true right there. I mean, Drake and Kendrick to this day ain't really tell us nothing that we couldn't decode from listening to Drake music. You know what I mean, the fact that Kendrick said it, but now we all want to act like we wasn't rocking out with it is just weird. But Toxic Ring Scandals, KDH, he says, funny, I've heard Jay-Z, Janet Jackson, and now Drake have, don't forget Oprah. Oprah got a secret child now, too. Drake all have a secret child. What's up with music artists and hidden children? Word, what's up with these Hollywood actors and entertainers and they hidden children, bro? Because it don't go with the narrative that they trying to portray for us. You see, they try to portray for us this perfect reality, and ain't nothing perfect.
Allegations Drake levied against Kendrick, however, were not.
If any of that Drake is saying about Kendrick Lamar is true, that moral high ground is not something that Kendrick can stand on to be like, oh, Drake's a liar, you just can't trust him.
Christian pointed out that Kendrick was no saint. The rapper made a song on his album Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers about cheating on the mother of his children for years. He featured Kodak Black on the same album, a rapper who pleaded guilty to first-degree assault and battery against a teenage girl to avoid a greater charge of SA. And while Kendrick tried to paint Drake as a liar, Christian was unsure whether that label could be applied to the rapper.
He wasn't lying about his child. He had planned this whole Adidas rollout, which is like scumbaggy and capitalist, but that he was going to announce his son and then announce an Adidas line after his son. He lied about his body. Like, he didn't. The only thing he even refuted was that he had gotten a nose job. You're not required to tell people when you get cosmetic surgery. He said he lied about the ghostwriters. Drake didn't. He actually fully credited his ghostwriters. The actual drama there, if you remember correctly, and the reason why Quentin Miller was mad is that he gave them a terrible record deal. And as someone who's not religious, being like, you lied about your religion, especially from the perspective of like somebody who very much so sympathizes, Kendrick Lamar sympathizes with the Black Israelite movement, to say like, oh, this Jewish man is lying about his religion, rubs me the wrong way.
As for Drake's allegations about Kendrick, Kendrick had previously denied the claim he had become physical with a woman in Las Vegas.
That person, whoever made that up, owes an apology. Not to me, but to women that actually go out there and get abused.
But as the TikToker pointed out, this was a separate allegation.
Drake is referencing recent things. And you guys are telling me that there was a clip 10 years ago of Kendrick Lamar dealing with similar allegations that he had to put away?
One TikTok user commented on the post, "Critical thinking is so refreshing." And another user wrote, "They should have stuck to who's a better rapper, but once they started going after moral characters, they both lost."
Absolutely. 2 times, yo. 2 times on that one. And this is why critical thinking is important. This is why building and pouring into yourself is important. Because you're not doing that, you will sit here and attach yourself to either side, and they both hypocrites. The last time I checked, the Jews pay Kendrick and the Jews pay Drake. So what's up? What you trying to tell me? What you trying to tell me?
The majority of the internet, however, remained firmly Team Kendrick, but that didn't mean listening to Meet the Grams was a comfortable experience. No, it was clear Kendrick had taken his allegations to another level.
One thing Drake really should have thought about before he made that, one thing every woman knows, is that a man who's 5'6", or 5'5", or however tall Kendrick Lamar is, a short king, if you will stoop to the depths of hell in terms of their pettiness.
And what?
Man, yo, she just played Kendrick right there.
Welcome in. I'll have you with that. And what's your name?
Is that a man who's 5'6", or 5'5", or however tall Kendrick.
And it wasn't long before users had their first lead.
Don't be afraid. It's very safe.
Her name was supposedly Eternity, which happened to coincide with one of Kendrick's lyrics.
Kendrick said, "You need to know that love is eternity." Shorty's name is supposed to be Eternity.
A tweet from Drake from 2012 that simply said, "Baby girl," meant that if this was his child, she would be around the same age as this post. And screenshots from the child's since privated Instagram profile linked that child with the rapper as she wore his merch and even allegedly appeared in one of his music videos as an extra.
Is it a coincidence? I don't think so.
However, not everyone was convinced the girl was Drake's child. After all, photos of Drake posing in family photos with a baby and a mother may have looked incriminating at first.
That looks a lot like Drake, but also he said he don't be hiding his kid from the world, he be hiding the world from his kid, so who knows?
However, as internet users quickly pointed out, Drake did not look like that 10 years ago. Some users also didn't see the resemblance between the child and rapper, and others pointed out that Drake's baby girl tweet was likely for the late R&B singer Aaliyah's birthday, as she was known to fans as Baby Girl. Of course, she did have Drake's face on her birthday cake. However, by that logic, was the other celebrity featured on the cake Taylor Swift, her mother? Still, online sleuths have found old posts suggesting that Drake might have another child, including a 2015 article from a publication in Mumbai that mentioned Drake had a 2-year-old at the time. There was also a Reddit post from January, months before the beef between Kendrick and Drake was making headlines, where a user asked if Drake had an older child, writing, "Does anyone remember DMV 95.5, the Big Tigger morning show? Around 2009, I vividly remember Drake hopping on the call on radio saying he just welcomed the birth of his child and Big Tigger congratulating him. This was way back, and I feel since he wasn't as big, it might have been scrapped or forgotten." One user commented, theorizing that Drake had been calling the mixtape his child.
And this is sad, yo. This is sad because just going to say, like, niggas wanted to tear Drake down anyway. So Kendrick was that avenue that everybody that wanted to tear Drake down, they got to jump behind him. Even in the industry wanted to tear Drake down because he was just too powerful. I mean, he was just, you know what I mean? Everybody need to be humble. You know what I mean? The industry, you think his label want to have to pay him what they have to pay him? So if somebody humble you and you get humbled, and when it's time to go back and see that label could throw that at you, and now they can get you. Now they can extort you. Now they can have you putting out good music for the low. So y'all got to pay attention. Everybody attach their emotions to the shit, but don't really understand what's going on here. You know what I mean? But again, I don't care. I just know the science. I know the psychological facts to why things are the way they are.
However, this was quickly dismissed by the original poster, who recalled that Drake mentioned he was in the hospital, making it doubtful he was talking about the project. But one user found the interview that the Reddit user seemed to be referencing, and there was no mention of a baby. Drake.
Exactly. Niggas be wanting to make a story out of something that's not there. We all know, if you follow Drake from the beginning, we know that the brother was in the cast. He had a foot cast. He was on crutches doing his shows. He wobbling around the stage with Lil Wayne. We all know that. But you get those newbies that jump on the bandwagon and get into the argument without having the facts. But the album was his baby. The album was his baby. He was in the hospital because he had surgery on his foot. But Negroes make something out of nothing. They will complicate the shit out of some common sense, y'all. Y'all know.
Beef between Kendrick and Drake was making headlines, where a user asked if Drake had an older child, writing, "Does anyone remember DMV 95.5, the Big Tigger morning show? Around 2009, I vividly remember Drake hopping on the call on radio saying he just welcomed the birth of his child and Big Tigger congratulating him. This was way back, and I feel since he wasn't as big, it might have been scrapped or forgotten." One user commented, theorizing that Drake had been calling the mixtape his child. However, this was quickly dismissed by the original poster, who recalled that Drake mentioned he was in the hospital, making it doubtful he was talking about the project. But one user found the interview that the Reddit user seemed to be referencing, and there was no mention of a baby. Drake had, however, just had surgery on his leg, which was perhaps why the user remembered him referencing a hospital.
It's a very, very successful surgery.
Right.
That's something that I'm thankful for.
And so, without any definitive proof, the search for Drake's alleged child continued. But clearly, this detective work did not distract listeners from Kendrick's release the following day, that proceeded to break the record previously held by Drake for the most song streams in a week by a rapper. Yep, the public was still invested in the feud, and Kendrick was invested in delivering. The cover art for Not Like Us displayed red markers that are used to identify a certain type of person on the SO registry.
Let's just say these dots represent people that aren't allowed close to schools, not allowed close to parks, or really malls, or really anywhere.
And all 13 of these markers were located at Drake's 50,000 square foot Toronto mansion nicknamed the Embassy. And if that cover hadn't made it clear Kendrick had no intention of dropping the allegations.
Now, Drake's supposed to be the troll master. He's supposed to be the guru. He's supposed to be the master of the trolls. You know what I mean? Second tier to 50 Cent. How he allowed Kendrick to get him like this? This is epic right here. This is genius. This is pure genius. Yo, it's not looking good.
He voiced in Meet the Grams.
He is not only doubling, he's quadrupling down on this idea.
The rapper's lyrics sure did. Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any women that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. According to Kendrick, predators move in flocks, and he used the song to call out Chubbs, OVO's head of security, for receiving Drake's hand-me-downs, a line that potentially referred to women, or rather, girls. Kendrick also called out Baca, directly this time, for his weird case and the rapper Party Next Door, who was arrested after trying to cross the Canada-US border in 2017 with illegal substances. In an oddly danceable moment of the track, Kendrick didn't beat around the bush when it came to what he believed that made the members OVO. Certified lover boy, certified pedophiles. Why he trolling like a bee? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. On the track, Kendrick then threatened Drake not to perform in Oakland, where Tupac used to live, after using his AI on tailor-made freestyle. You think the Bay gon' let you disrespect Pac? I think that Oakland show gon' be your last stop. Kendrick also uses the song to tease that there was more information he could dig up on Drake if his opponent wanted to continue this battle. Rabbit hole is still deep, I can go further, I promise. In the third verse, Kendrick went back to race, calling Drake out for using the word slaves while having a history of allegedly using black artists to up his street credit. No, you not a colleague, you a colonizer. And from the beat...
Bro, this is trash. On my head bobbing.
To the lyrics. Many deduced that Kendrick had again come out of the battle on top.
This be a lesson. Do not play with Kendrick Lamar. He's the greatest of his generation. He's one of the greatest rappers of all time. He respects the culture. He do what he's supposed to do. And he just knocked off your favorite pop star. Good night.
Drake.
What's the culture again? What's the culture? Y'all no disrespect to the culture. But what is the culture again? What's the culture? What's the us? Who's the us? Who's the us? I know who the they is. I'm just having a problem understanding who the us is, though. But that's a whole nother live. We on Drake neck tonight. We're on Drake, but we're gonna come back to this. We're gonna find out who the us is, because I need to know who the us is. Because word on the street, the us is the victims. The victims is the us. And we ain't like them. We are not like them. Salute, Goodbreads. We not them.
However, wasn't ready to call the feud quits just yet. And so, on May 5th, he dropped another track titled The Heart Part 6. The song, which was named after Kendrick's ongoing 5-part The Heart series, was used by Drake to deny the allegations Kendrick had levied against him. To do this, he revealed that Kendrick's inside source might not have been so reliable after all. We plotted for a week and then we fed you the information. A daughter that's 11 years old, I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or a destination, but you so thirsty you're not concerned with investigation. That's right. In a plot that sounded like it was drawn up by an anime anti-hero.
It's just as I expected. Ever since Control dropped in 2013, I knew you hated me. So immediately after that, I started my plan. And for the past 11 years, I've hired a girl to play my daughter since the day she was born. You forgot I was an actor before rapping, Kendrick. And that was your biggest mistake.
Drake alleged.
And if you ask me, that's hella important. Because both of these dudes did not like each other. And J. Cole was the median. And they both had this. They both couldn't wait. And this just goes to show you who hate who more. Who hated who more. Who had more jealousy and hate and envy for who more? Yeah, that's all. That's all. Congratulations, Kendrick. You hated him more.
The daughter rumor had been fabricated by his own team, and that wasn't all he claimed Kendrick got wrong. Even the picture you use, the jokes and the medication, the Maybach glove and the drug he uses for less inflation, master manipulator, you bid on the speculation, you dumb and reactive, I'm petty with dedication. He went on to question why Whitney hadn't denied the allegations of DV, suggesting that she hadn't because they were true. After all, as Drake pointed out, Whitney was following Dave Free on Instagram, but not Kendrick. Drake proceeded to rap that Kendrick hadn't seen his kids in 6 months and that
Now, Drake, I'm gonna keep it G with you, bro. On some real joint. All that will be relevant if you ain't like little girls. It ain't the fact that you like little girls. You like little girls, bro. So you could use all that if you didn't like little. If you ain't have an addiction, bro, to little girls. Now I don't give a fuck about what's going on. You snitching right now. According to the guy code, you are snitching right now. You can't capitalize on a man's. You know what I mean? Come on, come on, bro. These women, we don't control women. They're gonna do what the fuck they want to do, bro. But we get to control that. We get to control whether we like little girls, bro. Come on now, we not gonna play that. You don't get to use that, and nothing you say about his life and his wife is relevant, and that's for some G shit. Real recognize real and fake recognize real.
that Dave had left a heart emoji under pictures of one of their kids, as was pictured in the track's cover art. Kendrick's allegations that Drake was a danger to young women, according to Drake, those had about as much weight as a TikTok conspiracy video. This Epstein angle was the stuff I expected. TikTok videos you collected and dissected instead of being on some direct stuff. The track then took a twist, as Drake went on to suggest Kendrick was projecting due to his own SA. I've never been with no one underage, but now I understand why this is the angle that you really messed with. Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was effing young girls, I promise I'd have been done arrested. I'm way too famous for this stuff you suggested, but that's not the lesson. Clearly, there's a deeper message. However, in Kendrick's song Drake was referencing, Mother I Sober, Kendrick confirmed that he wasn't SA'd, making the point Drake was going for moot. Drake went on to rap, "Drake is not a name that you're gonna see on no SO list, easy does it." A line that hinted at the hypocrisy of Kendrick sampling a song by Eazy-E, a registered SO, on Like That. As for Drake, well, the rapper claimed he was interested in Kendrick's wife, not teenagers like Millie Bobby Brown. While the reference to the Stranger Things actress might have appeared out of the blue, Drake was likely referencing a past controversy regarding their friendship. See, in 2018, when Millie was just 14 years old, the actress revealed on a red carpet interview that Drake was her new bestie.
We just texted each other the other day and he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more."
Details of this friendship led to suspicion online that the rapper was grooming the teen. From their private text messages.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
I dare you to use our completely
that's
free
gonna be next, KD.
Shopify AI.
Turnbuckle King, Toxic Ring Scandals, aka KDH. That's the next video we gonna do. We gonna get back to the hip hop. We gonna get back to the real hip hop days. You know what I mean? Cause this soft guy ever crazy.
About boys, he helps me.
What?
Yeah, he's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
To their hangout sessions when Millie was just 13 in Brisbane, Australia.
And he was such a fanboy and I was such a fangirl that honestly we text all the time now. He helps me with everything, like just life lessons. He's amazing. He's a great human being. And we went to dinner afterwards and we had dinner the next day and then we met in Sydney.
Millie, however, denied that their relationship was anything beyond friendship, and Drake's song Another Late Night called the people bringing up Millie in his comment section weirdos. Drake also used the Heart Part 6 to claim, "I don't want to fight with a woman attacker, it feeds your nature." However, he made sure to add, "If you still bumpin' R. Kelly, you could thank the savior. Said if they deleted his music, then your music is going too. A hypocrite." Drake was referencing the reports from 2018 that Kendrick had threatened to pull his music from Spotify after the platform proposed pulling music from convicted trafficker R. Kelly and confessed DA'er XXXTentacion. Yet, as Kendrick fans have pointed out, it was Anthony Top Dog Tiffith, the CEO of Kendrick's record label at the time, that threatened to pull the rapper's music if Spotify didn't get rid of the policy. The Heart Part 6 ended with a spoken outro from Drake where he encouraged Kendrick to fact-check the information he used. You know, at least your fans are getting some raps out of you. I'm happy I can motivate you, bring it back to the game, but just let me know when we're getting to the facts. Everything in my stuff is facts. I'm waiting on you to return the favor.
And that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
When it came to the public reaction to the track, listeners weren't impressed. Drake implying that Kendrick was projecting felt like a low blow.
In response to allegations of being a child pred, you bring up someone else's essay when they were a minor? I mean, I know everything is fair in rap. That's just a little goofy to me.
And overall, the song seemed rushed.
I don't know why he would respond so quickly. I don't know why he would do that. I think that his ego got to him and there are people in his corner that are like, you gotta get it out. You gotta get it out. And
that's his ego, though. His ego was playing with him. That's why he responded so quickly, and that was his downfall.
it's not because they have his best interest in mind. It's because they want to see this all fall to the ground.
As for Drake's defense of himself, well, it wasn't exactly a touchdown given his past behavior.
I didn't touch minors.
I think 11 was 17.
I didn't know how old she was.
What about you kissing Kylie at 16?
Yeah, but I didn't date her, so I've never been with kids.
I don't think that's how that works, man.
And listeners weren't sold on Drake's supposed master plan to supply Kendrick with fake information.
You telling me that you planted possibly career-ending information into this very viral situation that all the internet is watching in this climate?
I just don't really believe that because I feel like Kendrick would quadruple check before he made some type of claim like that. But if Drake did indeed plant it and Kendrick fell for it and all that, well, then that is a major L on Kendrick's part for sure. I just don't think he would do that.
I'm sorry, where's the evidence?
Well, it turned out some did have evidence that they'd supplied Kendrick with this information. It just wasn't a member of Drake's team. But we'll get to that soon enough. Since Drake's release, there's been silence from both camps, which means, for now, the battle is over. So, who won? If YouTube was a determining factor, Kendrick most definitely came out on top, with the rapper receiving a substantial number more likes on his tracks and Drake a substantial number more dislikes. Largely, the public seemed to be in agreement as Drake fans switched over to Team Kendrick, even if that meant covering up a tattoo of the former with the latter. And stars, including Drake's former teen pal Billie Eilish, seemingly sided with the Pulitzer winner.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
And while some internet users believe that Drake's tracks had been overlooked,
Drake was supposed to be that guy that nobody had respect for, right? And that he was just a hit maker and he only makes women or music for women. And that's all he was, right? Except y'all favorite rapper just dropped 4 diss tracks against the hit maker. Why? Because Drake got under his skin.
like that collaborator, Metro Boomin, was decidedly not amongst those supporters. In fact, the rapper has dedicated his Twitter to calling Drake out. Whether it was an old video of Drake dismissing Toronto slang that Metro hashtagged colonizer.
The guys at our school, instead of addressing people like the group, like saying like, what are you guys doing? Say man's like you, and just things like the group. Crew.
That's interesting.
It's not, it's really ignorant.
A clip of Drake saying the N-word with a hard R, or speculating on the rapper's sexuality.
You're a homo.
While Metro's online antics have attracted thousands of likes, some users called the rapper out for switching on Drake, whom he'd formerly praised, for seemingly having an endless supply of clips and photos of the rapper saved on his phone, and for his hypocrisy, like calling Drake out for painting his nails, yet featuring A$AP Rocky, who did the same thing on his album. Still, Metro continued his virtual smear campaign against Drake and even encouraged others to do the same by creating competition for aspiring rappers to win a beat and $10K when they added their verses to a song called BBL Drizzy. The concept played on the 2021 meme that compared effeminate cosplays and images of Drake to the BBL effect, which is a supposed phenomenon where people who receive the surgery begin acting like a baddie. The lyrics of the track, which quickly went viral, included, "I'm thicker than a Snicker, I'm thicker than your ninja. Don't act like you don't know me, these yams deserve a trophy. Baby, it ain't no mystery, got the best BBL in history." Soon enough, Drake was being roasted by teenagers in other languages and even by himself. Sort of. That's right. In the rapper's recent feature on Sexy Red's You My Everything, Drake also used the BBL Drizzy beat. However, in his verse, he suggested the nickname better suited his status as a BBL benefactor to women who asked him to fund the surgery. But it turned out, Metro wasn't the only Twitter presence intent on terrorizing Drake. See, back before Drake revealed the items on the cover of Meet the Grams had been planted by his team, internet personality and friend to Drake, DJ Academics, claimed they were stolen from Drake's father.
This cover art contains things that is from Drake's pop's suitcase.
A story the internet immediately poked holes in.
Like, it very clearly says Aubrey Graham on here and on the Ozempic, so I'm not really buying that. But what I am buying, and what I'm pretty sure everybody knows now, is that Kendrick knew the whole time. He mapped this out and played Drake like a fiddle.
And seemingly to set the record straight on both the allegations made by DJ Academics and in The Heart Part 6, a Twitter account emerged. On May 10th, under the handle EbonyPrince2K24, the user tweeted, "Number 1. King Kendrick Lamar is not a liar and I am not a thief. Number 2. Mr. Aubrey Graham, Drake, and Mr. Livingston Allen, Academics, have until noon Monday, May 13th, 2024 to retract your claims of theft, or my attorney, Miss Adrienne Edward, and I will exhaust every legal option available." But what was of more interest than the tweet was the video the user attached to it. In the clip, an old Panasonic laptop played the Meet the Grams video while the camera panned to a Brooklyn Eagle newspaper to confirm the date as May 8, 2024. The footage then exposed a receipt for over $60,000 from a store called Popular Jewelry, a business card for someone named Nadine Gauzen, the same shirt from the Meet the Grams cover art, the box the Ozempic came in, the Zolpidem, and a prescription not pictured in the Meet the Grams cover art for Adderall, all prescribed to one Aubrey Graham. The footage then...
Yo, that's damning. That's damning. That's nasty work, yo. that's, yo, just leave it alone, Drake. Just leave it alone, bro. You'll be all right, bro. You can't win everything, bro. You can't win them all, bro. Just leave it alone, bro.
Panned over to the window where the Brooklyn Bridge was lit up under the night sky. Internet users immediately began sleuthing and discovered Drake had visited Popular Jewelry in New York on July 20th, 2023. And 4 days later, the owner of the business card, Lebanese jewelry designer Nadine Gauzen, posted with the rapper. Internet users even noticed the name of the doctor on the Ozempic prescription, Michael Farzam, was familiar.
The name of the doctor on that prescription is the same doctor that that prescribed Kanye West's medicine. And
that same day, Ebony Prince tweeted a photo he hoped would jog Drake's memory as to where he discarded those items. He then alluded that whatever happened that night, Jimmy Brooks, the basketball star Drake played on Degrassi as a teen who was left wheelchair-bound after a school shooting, would not have been proud. The image appeared to be a still of security footage of a hotel lobby from January 22nd, 2023, where a hooded figure, possibly Drake, stood beside Christopher Alvarez, a journalist with a skeletal disorder. And 3 days later, Ebony Prince posted a snippet of the footage that appeared to show Christopher Alvarez again, wheeling away.
Make sure y'all hit that like button, bro. We going deep. We going in. going in?
This stirred speculation that the person running the account could be Christopher Alvarez, seeing as he worked for the same newspaper Ebony Prince had featured in his video, and seeing as Drake's character Jimmy Brooks was also disabled, could have explained why the fictional character would have been disappointed if a confrontation occurred. And suspicions were only heightened when the journalist began liking comments on his Instagram asking what Drake had done. However, some Reddit users pointed out that the journalist liked most of his comments, many of which weren't about Drake. And for his part, Christopher Alvarez has spoken out to deny that anything like that occurred. I don't know what any of this means. He recently told the Brooklyn Eagle regarding the theories the CCTV footage of him had prompted. According to Christopher, he was with Drake on January 22nd, 2023 at the Mark Hotel, where the rapper played him beats. And while he was in no position to vouch for his character outside of their brief conversation, he could say he was not violated in any way. I've had the privilege to be with Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and other celebrities who have been very nice to me, but I don't understand where it all got blurred with the fans. He acknowledged that there were rumors a hotel security guard was fired for letting him wait in the hotel instead of outside, and said that he believed this was true. I'm sorry to him and his family. Good people doing good things out of the kindness of their hearts should not be condemned, and the Mark Hotel should reassess who they put at the top of the chain. He claimed he'd been receiving spam messages accusing him of being a snitch, of accepting hush money, and that he was on Drake's plan because he followed underage high school girls. According to Christopher, however, he was just a journalist whose MO was to hold those in power accountable, not to protect rappers. While some Kendrick fans weren't satisfied by the article, others believe the journalist had provided important information on what had occurred, including that an employee was fired and no altercation had taken place. As one Reddit user put it, "You guys ain't even actually reading. It's not a nuke because life isn't a movie, but it does have some interesting details that should put some rumors to rest." And another user pleaded, "Can we please leave this dude alone now? He's just trying to live his life, man." However, there was at least one user who was thoroughly displeased with Christopher's response. After the article was posted, Ebony Prince tweeted, "I am disappointed in Mr. Alvarez, but we all know the saying, birds of a feather," an insinuation some connected to the Kendrick lyrics from Like Us, where he rapped that predators move in flocks. More recently, the account posted more footage of Christopher Alvarez leaving the hotel, tweeting, "So how many beats again, Mr. Alvarez?" One user replied, "Oh wait, I get it now. Alvarez claimed he listened to beats. I went back to the original video to see if I missed something and I looked at the timestamp. He arrived at 3:19 and left at 3:20, literally 1 minute later, right?" However, another user pointed out, "Issue is, you never shown us when Chris Alvarez entered the building. You showed us a clip at 3:18 with him already inside, and then a clip at 3:19 him leaving. What about showing us a clip when he entered the building, so we can actually see how long he was in the hotel for?" Yes, despite a promising start, users had become increasingly skeptical about the Twitter account's claims, considering there was no proof that any of what he showed was real, and the timelines he provided often didn't add up, such as the CCTV footage he posted to jog Drake's memory of what happened in January 2023, when the prescriptions were from July 2023. And while some theorized Ebony Prince was just giving the location where the items were discarded, not the time, for the most part, it was difficult to piece together what exactly the Twitter user was trying to say at all. And given his cryptic tweets and habit of saying things like "silly rabbit," it wasn't long before the person behind the account earned a nickname.
It's giving a Riddler, y'all. I don't know what this man talking about. I don't know what's going on for real, but I would like to know.
Yes, like the Batman villain who was known for involving riddles in his evil schemes, Ebony Prince had a habit of claiming he had information without ever providing any facts. This included cropping the supposed evidence he had and alluding to dark deeds and cryptic tweets. Still, internet users have been able to garner some theories from the user's posts. Ebony Prince had tweeted that on the day the security footage was recorded, 2 Black American men became unemployed, and someone, supposedly Drake, had made an enemy. Many believe the Riddler had worked at the hotel given the access he seemed to have, and that Drake had previously rapped in champagne poetry. I even got the cleaning staff plotting extortion on me. As one Reddit user put it, makes sense. Probably already tried to extort Drake before and it didn't work, so jumped on the opportunity when the beef was brewing. The account all but confirmed this by posting a video of Drake entering the Mark Hotel in New York while a fan was being restrained.
Got him.
Writing, I've stood next to you in the rain to keep the paps and fanatics away. I became essential during your stays, having to cancel vacations and all to ensure things like this didn't happen. And after being doxxed, the account seemed to publicly reveal his identity. Yes, according to Ebony Prince's posts, he was a security guard named Darren Walker who had received a letter from the New York District Attorney's Office back in October when he was being prosecuted for something unknown, and, according to a video at a gun range, was a pretty good shot. What any of this meant, well, perhaps one Reddit user was right, and these were posts only Drake would understand. However, what Ebony Prince made clear was that he had more on Drake than just some receipts and medication. On May 13th, the account tweeted, "Dear Aubrey, did you really think this was all about a shirt and some scripts? This was about diamonds! Time for some hard truths." Attached to the tweet was a video that showcased a necklace and a pair of earrings. He followed the post with a photo of more jewelry, leading to speculation that the security guard had stolen jewelry from Drake, lost his job because of it, and now was extorting the rapper for money. One user connected this revelation to Kendrick's 616 in LA that referenced rapper Cash Doll's robbery of $500K worth of jewelry, telling Drake, "Find the jewels like Cash Doll, I just need you to think." Had Kendrick been pointing Drake in the direction of the Riddler? But as some continued trying to piece together what they believed the account was saying, others were over Ebony Prince's cryptic posts that always seemed to lead to more questions than answers. And so, when the account asked, "Who are these other moles?" one fed-up user responded, "I don't know, you have all evidence, just release it." And when the Riddler asked, "Why is the truth so expensive?" another user responded, "Because you're asking for money instead of dropping." That's right. While the account said they would consider talking about the facts with YouTuber Tisa Tells, it seemed the user was prepared to offer the evidence up to the highest bidder, as they announced they would auction off the items on November 9th, 2024. However, Ebony Prince has claimed that those items that don't sell at the reserve price of $250,000 will be relisted for 1 cent, potentially giving the average person a chance to see what, if any, evidence the Riddler has. The account has also begun taking the alleged evidence on tour across America, photographing and filming it in various states. But Ebony Prince wasn't the only one that had called Drake out on an alleged lie. On his stream, DJ Academics confirmed that the items belonged to Drake and were taken from the Mark Hotel, noticeably not going along with Drake's story that they were planted.
Drake did knew that they were stolen. I don't know if he's like trying to reverse psychology it, saying, well, now I know it's stolen and I know what you have. I'm going to play off of it.
And there was at least one piece of information that caught Drake and OVO off guard, that Drake had a daughter.
From everybody I've talked to, including Drake, we can't even see any, we don't even know where this came from. And Kendrick said it so definitively in what was supposed to be his biggest song, which was supposed to be the biggest expose.
However, by this point, the internet had seemingly moved past Kendrick's allegations and onto larger conspiracies. See, on May 13th, Ebony Prince had tweeted, "I will never forget this," along with the sigil of a fish and the letter K that was soon connected to the Mark Hotel's restaurant Caviar Caspia, which Ebony Prince had also tweeted cryptically about. "My eyes are not trained to determine age. They are trained to decipher adult from adolescent. Young Theodore made changes to how we monitored youngins." Young Theodore was likely referring to Theodore Weintraub, the son of a prominent New York doctor. who allegedly had a vendetta against the Mark Hotel after they refused to serve him alcohol when he was 17 in 2021. And so, in a bizarre scheme that has led to a defamation suit, he returned to the establishment 2 years later with hired protesters to chant outside the establishment and declare that the hotel denied the Holocaust, that they spread disease, and that they Interestingly, it turned out that the hotel could be found in Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book, and fueling suspicion that the Mark was a nefarious establishment. The originally Paris-based restaurant it housed had a "what happens at Caviar Caspia stays at Caviar Caspia" policy. Naturally, this meant that when people connected one of the dates that Ebony Prince tweeted to a private party Drake supposedly hosted at the Mark Hotel, the worst was assumed. And when a photo of Drake leaving the hotel in a dog mask, along with an old reply to the image from a user that wrote, "Woof woof, Drakey poo," it wasn't long before the internet began tying Drake's stays at the hotel to an alleged pet play special interest. However, others pointed out this could have just been promotion for his album For All the Dogs. Still, when DJ Academics was sent a video when streaming and viewers heard dogs whimpering, this led some to further disturbing conclusions. One Twitter user commented, "Jesus, y'all are real-life weirdos." Another replied, "Sound like Drake's the weirdo, bruh." However, to those who watched the stream, it was DJ Academic's dog who recently had surgery that users were hearing, not a disturbing video.
This AI tool will take your idea and create a complete book, complete with design, images, layout, everything, including.
And soon enough, even the internet personality was fed up with the theories that the Ebony Prince account seemed to fuel with vague statements.
Y'all Kendrick fans and weirdos who hate Drake, y'all are hearing and entertaining possibilities of some weirdo having proof that Drake is running a string and all y'all is just doing it for likes and retweets. How about y'all say, let's get this info to the cops? Send it to the cops! Otherwise, shut the f*** up!
In fact, DJ Academics wanted to stop the rumors at the source.
When I find out who you are, I'm gonna terrorize you for life. Actually, I kind of have a good idea of who you are. I'm hiring a private investigator. We're gonna get at you right. I don't give a f*** about what Drake got going on, what Kendrick got going on. I will terrorize you for life.
But it wasn't just DJ Academics' association with Drake that's led many to dislike the internet personality. See, Academics has made some questionable comments.
As long as a chick got a college ID, she's getting. I don't care if she's 17. I don't care if she's 17 and a half. I don't care if she just turned 17. She's gonna get this.
Then, there was a recently resurfaced live stream of the creator from last year, where a woman could be heard screaming for help in the background.
This is a wreck. He's moving like an uncaged animal. No lie, he's wild in there.
Cries that are too disturbing to play on YouTube. The internet personality denied that anything had happened, tweeting, "Fake news. This video is a drunk woman who never got intimate by nobody friends, lol. She's screaming because she's seen blogs posted a clip of me talking about her and it made her look bad. Try again." However, in a separate incident in 2023, a woman named Fauzia Abashi came forward with allegations that she was essayed by DJ Academics and his friends after the streamer allegedly defamed her by publicly claiming that the act was consensual and that he wasn't involved.
For you to pretend that you didn't do anything, that I just went to your house and I'm just like we didn't know each other for 2 years.
DJ Academics is currently being sued by the same woman for essay and defamation. Meanwhile, Kendrick was facing his own supervillain of sorts. A website called okliar.com recently surfaced online, listing Kendrick's alleged lies, which allegedly included lying about his lifestyle, DV, chasing clout, his truth, Drake starting this, having paperwork, cheating, teaming up to get a #1, buying bots, and about others. But the site wasn't just words. It also featured a video from 2014 of the alleged security guard from the Hard Rock Hotel in Las Vegas, the place where Kendrick was accused of becoming physical with a woman. The security guard explained that she was called up to a room in the hotel because a woman was frightened. When she arrived at the room, the guest was bloody and wounded.
Half of her face was like blown out pretty much.
She claimed she then learned who was allegedly responsible.
Come to find out, she was with a certain rapper who had her.
Was his first name Lil?
No, his first name was Kendrick. Kendrick Lamar? Yeah.
Kendrick fans have suggested the claim is bogus, since Kendrick allegedly stayed at the Aria Hotel, despite performing at the Hard Rock Hotel. His hands weren't bruised after the alleged incident, and he acted like everything was normal the next day. Drake fans, however, weren't so sure.
Why would someone make that up and then publicly say it? And in the video, you could tell that she's hesitant to say Kendrick's name.
But as recent events have proved, this battle is no longer limited to the virtual. On May 7th at 2 a.m., there was a shooting at Drake's Toronto home that left a security guard in critical condition, an incident that led one reporter to what many are calling an on-air Freudian slip.
Lots of questions tonight about a security guard who was shot outside the mansion of the rapper, I should say, Drake in Toronto.
The next day, police were again called to the estate after receiving reports of another altercation between security guards and an intruder. The unidentified man, who was reportedly in his 20s, was apprehended at the scene under the Mental Health Act.
Necessary? Is that necessary?
Not sure. CCTV.
Is that necessary?
It's CCTV.
I'm asking you a question. Is it necessary?
Yeah.
It really isn't.
The next day, another trespasser was arrested.
Footage sent to CTV News shows 3 security guards standing over a man on the property on Park Lane Circle.
But the recent action at Drake's Toronto estate hasn't made the rapper reconsider his home base. In fact, according to rumors circulating online, he was planning to bunker down in Canada after he exited the US permanently. But does this rumor have any validity? Well, last year it was reported that Drake had listed his final US property in Beverly Hills for sale at the not-so-economical price of $88 million. And while some believe that this was an effort to flee from his alleged crimes,
you can't get charged for crimes in the United States if you don't live in the United States.
The fact that Canada and the USA have an extradition treaty that means Canadian citizens can be charged with crimes in the US makes this unlikely, especially considering that Drake bought a property in Texas recently. Interestingly, through the recent intrusions in Toronto, CBC News learned that the security company Drake uses isn't on the books.
Have a look at that vehicle. Jungle Lion Security presents itself as Canada's #1 provider of security services.
Don't pay somebody to build you a Shopify store, because I'm going to do it for free, and I'm going to even...
But no one answered our repeated calls, and the firm doesn't appear to have a website. We obtained Ontario Transportation Ministry records showing the license plate on the company's vehicle is registered to Aubrey D. Graham, better known as Drake. And the only person listed in the security firm's public profile is the man seen next to Drake in this video, his reported head of security, known to fans as Chubbs.
Some Twitter users pointed out this could be to avoid taxes and wasn't necessarily nefarious. Others, however, thought this could be indicative that OVO was doing their best to cover up something big. So, where does that leave Kendrick and Drake? Well, Kendrick hasn't spoken up since his last diss, Not Like Us. But Drake, he seemingly can't stop talking about Kendrick or the feud. On June 9th, Drake posted an IG photo with the caption, "Goats don't worry about one-trick ponies." While people initially thought he was taking a dig at Kendrick, others pointed out it may be about Joe Budden, who called Drake a one-trick pony in how he handled his feud with Kendrick.
And then on this you just dropped, as hard as it was, you still being catchy. Your opponent is dancing around styles and controlled a mood change.
On June 16th, Drake made a Father's Day post, which may have been trolling Kendrick for accusing him of having a secret daughter. The post featured his son and his father, and he captioned the post, "3 generations. Happy Father's Day to the ones guiding their daughters and sons." Since then, Kendrick has released a music video for Not Like Us. Kendrick has responded to Drake in a subtle way. And while there's a lot to unpack in the video, here are the main things that stood out. Firstly, the music video was released on the 4th of July, Independence Day, an even deeper dig at already calling Drake a colonizer, since African Americans weren't truly free on this day due to colonizers, the same way Drake, half Caucasian, allegedly uses black artists for his own benefit. Secondly, the music video was directed by Dave Free, and there is a scene where Kendrick is dancing happily with his wife and kids, directly contrasting Drake's accusations that Kendrick has a poor relationship with his family. Thirdly, there is a black and white scene where someone is in a mask, who looks oddly similar to Drake in his album cover for Dark Lane demo tapes. The figure creeps up to Kendrick before getting pulled back, possibly symbolizing that Drake can't touch Kendrick. Fourthly, there is a scene where people dance inside a shipping container, forcing you to think about people inside containers, a possible reference to human trafficking, which many have alleged Drake and his crew may have ties to. Fifthly, the main backdrop in the video takes place in Compton, California, Kendrick's hometown, with a block party chanting "Not Like Us," likely implying that he has his hometown backing him up. Lastly, Kendrick uses owl symbolism 2 times in the video. The owl likely symbolizes Drake, stemming from Drake's OVO brand. In one scene, Kendrick is seen striking an owl piñata, likely implying he beat Drake in this rap battle. Inside the piñata was colorful candy, a possible reference to Drake's alleged attraction to minors. Then, at the end of the video, Kendrick is shown walking away from a white owl in a cage, likely representing wanting Drake to be locked up for his alleged behavior. Others have also pointed out a double meaning that owls are predators in nature, preying on mice, possibly the same way Drake and others could allegedly be preying on minors. It seems the beef has come to a close, or at least a pause. The impact of the back-to-back releases is still reverberating throughout public discourse. One positive byproduct of this is that hip-hop, a genre that had been declining in popularity over recent years, has re-established its grasp on popular culture with songs from both Kendrick and Drake, making it onto Spotify's US Top 10 and the Billboard Hot 100. However, with an impression this great comes fallout. As various journalists have recently critiqued, both rappers had no issue working alongside and platforming men accused and convicted of victimizing women throughout their careers. Yet, when it came to using women's alleged trauma as a punchline or a bar to win a rap beef, neither hesitated to claim the moral high ground. So while Kendrick may have won the beef, according to virtual scorekeepers, when it comes to a battle of unverifiable allegations, does anyone come out on top? The Kendrick versus Drake beef has certainly left the internet with strong feelings.
Do you think anyone's still siding with Drake?
On both sides.
For Kendrick Lamar to come up at the end of Meet the Grams with all this, you're just a troubled man, you have drinking problems, I'm the moral superiority, what you need is therapy and religion and ayahuasca, it doesn't hit for me.
However, so long as the search for answers...
Okay, so here's what we know so far about Drake's daughter. Well, alleged daughter.
Turns up empty.
I feel like I'm in the group chat, but I don't have any contact.
How this feud will reshape both rappers' legacies remains to be seen. This is the story of Kendrick Lamar and Aubrey Drake Graham, 2 rap heavyweights who decided there was only room for one at the top.
Man, yo, and if you was hiding under a rock, you know now everything in depth. And again, guys, tuck your emotions. I'm just here to deliver the facts so that when you go out in real life, you ain't looking like a dummy talking about something that you don't know about. All right, guys, so I ain't gonna hold y'all much longer. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Wrap up, strap up, drink responsibly. Do not play with your life, guys.
We about to get lit. Fill the room up with some teens. Wait. And my friends, yeah, I keep my friends on my mind. I'm in love with 2 girls at one time, and they 10. Hold on, Drake, what do you mean? Hey, pop that shit. Baby, that pussy was so worth the wait. Drake, what do you mean by that? I understand. You got 100 bands, you got a baby band, you got some bad friends. High school pics, you was even bad then. Wait, no. Yeah. And like guns with the ink in, getting under my skin. Pretty little young thing. Ooh. This shit feels like teenage fever. No, Drake, no. We could've waited. I wasn't rushing. Difference in ages. You're old enough, but you're still a baby. No. I'm standing at the top. That's how I know you never seen the top. Sierra Canyon parking lot, looking like Magic City parking lot. Nope. That's just wrong. What did I do to deserve you?